I think for a while I was very driven by like doing something that other people weren't doing. You could earn the same amount of money working in the office and switch off at 6 o'clock and not have to deal with this stuff. So it's like, if you're doing it, make sure you enjoy it. My name's Max Fenning. I'm one of the owners of 3 Sheets. We have bars in Dalston and Soho. I started working in Manchester in pubs when I was 16 as a glass wash. A nice pub called the Railway. Me and my brother both worked there actually, but it was like £1.97 a pint. And then progressed through, went to university up in Scotland in Edinburgh. And then as I got into second year at uni, just step by step worked through nightclubs, bars, into cocktail bars, and then finished uni and sort of really focused on that as a career path. It was a great time, late 90s, sort of early noughties, to be there. It's a great music scene, obviously. There's a lot of good sort of nightlife, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And it was at the same time where the sort of spirits cocktail industry was booming, and there was a lot of opportunity to travel. You know, brands were paying for you to fly around the world, and then got the opportunity to go to New Zealand in like a cocktail World Cup, and met a gentleman there who owned a few bars in London, so I asked him for a job, and that's how it sort of moved down here. I was 26 when we opened 3 Sheets, so quite young. It is important to have that drive to push forward, but you learn so much in the first year or two that I wouldn't have learned even if I carried on working for 10 years for someone else. In Dalston, we could only do a limited amount of things because of the size. So we wanted to do a second site, we wanted to do Soho. It's the busiest area in London that isn't sort of super wealthy. Obviously the challenges are higher rents, business rates, competition. Yeah, what I think we do is if we can cut to that level, use some of the brass marble trim if we have any left, and just trim the top. Quite a lot of furniture, not sure where it's going to go just now. Right, what do we need to do this week?
Loads. We need to get prep for the guest shift sorted. Well, the drinks are all lined up, so it's fine. It's just doing the prep.
It's only if the build is delayed, really, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, but even then,
we'll still be fine for Saturday.
Still be fine for Saturday.
Working with Noel is easy. I don't know if it's easy for every family. I don't know if it's easy in every relationship. We're not like fluffy family brothers that like step on toes around each other. We're honest with each other. We tell each other how we feel. We have very different roles in the business, and we've not had to like write down what each of us do. Over the years, we've fallen into those roles. And because he's family, you just trust him to look after his shit, and he trusts me to look after my shit. And it's like, it works. This is real serious. How to open a bar and delete all your subscriptions. So we had some of our own savings. We took some bank loans, took some asset finance. So we just scraped together everything we could. Doing everything has probably doubled in the last 5 years, I think. Legals, materials, building work. So definitely money is the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
It was pretty tight at times, you know. I think like £90 in the account at the moment, which is just absolutely terrifying.
Insane.
And if it works, it's going to be incredible. If it doesn't, we could lose, you know, both bars, lose everything. For me, it's always about meeting people, whether it's in different places. Obviously, you meet people, you try new things. But then even in the creative process here in London, it's always about sitting down as a team, talking about ideas, and that's where the best ideas come from. I think the first is pro forma, so I'll just do 3 bottles of each.
We're going to do food on Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk about chef.
Yeah.
This is good, it's flowing. We have 1 or 2 development shifts a week, and so that day is just spent testing new recipes, and then once we think it's ready, we'll all taste together. Some drinks we get right in 4 or 5 goes, some is 100 iterations. Drinks-wise is finding like a balance of flavour or personality. We never try and make something that is like shock or too big of flavours. We want everything to be clean and simple and elegant. If we're talking about specifics, one thing we do now is we basically put some sort of tea in every single drink, in a small amount or a large amount, because what we find is it just lengthens and rounds the flavours. It means you can use less sugar and acidity because you add more body from the tea. So I would say in terms of our ethos or our style of drinks, the rule is the first sip delicious? Can you drink a whole one? Would you order a second one? always talk about cocktails about being punctuation in the evening, not the main body of your night. The important bit of your night is the experience you're having with the people that you're with. I work a lot, but I need to be doing some form of exercise, take my mind off things to like remove focus. My childhood always revolved around sport. Played rugby to quite a high level from the north of England, and we played for Manchester Rugby Club, who at the time were in I think the second division. So we played a couple of games with them when we were young, like 17, 18. I have to have that exercise element in my life, otherwise I don't find myself being very happy. Cycling to and from work is really important to me, and cycling around London. It's just a better way to travel, even in the rain. I think if you're going to make cocktails at home, try things that are quite simple, don't overcomplicate things. There's a great book on batching and bottling for dinner parties that you can use to make sure that you're not like scrambling in the sink, shaking cocktails for 14 guests. And make sure that you're making cocktails that sort of work with the food. Having Mexican food, have margaritas. You know, if you're having oysters, have a martini. We wrote the book in the first year of opening the bar, which was probably quite ambitious. We got approached to do it by a publisher. It's an incredible thing to do, you know, to publish a book with your name on it, with your recipes is like an amazing achievement. And, you know, a book is something physical that will be there forever. The service standards have to be at the top all the time. You're friendly with them, polite, kind, move out the way for other people, make sure that everyone's having a good time. I was incredibly nervous, and you have this very strange sensation when you open a bar. Is anyone going to come?
All right. Yeah, goodness, yeah, congrats.
We've had a really great team helping us open. The PR's been great, the press has been great. First and foremost would be to cement the Soho bar as a operational business over the next few years, make sure it works. And then with the Three Sheets brand, we would want to look at Paris and New York. Yeah, we want to be successful, we want to have a profitable business. But I think the legacy that we would like to leave, like myself and my brother, is expand our sort of ethos of hospitality, where you have like fun venues with a high level of service that are relaxed, and people enjoy being at work and enjoy working. If you want to succeed, you do have to go the extra mile and then treat people with respect and be nice to people, because it's nice to do that, but also you never know when it's going to come back round.